We're celebrating the start of the new year with this confetti theme, so grab your notebook and let's go. Hey people, it's Temi if you're new here, and this beautiful notebook is from Archer & Olive. So it's this holographic raven design, and isn't it stunning, guys? So I'll leave a link down below if you're interested. You can also get 10% off using Temi10. If you want to see the setup for these beginning spreads, I'll link it in the cards and down below. But this is for my little sister's bullet journal, so I went for a super simple setup, and I just love how simple and effective it is for her beginning spreads. And you heard that right, this setup is for my little sister. So each month I will be bringing to you 2 plan with me videos. One will be my regular schmegular arty setups, and the other will still be arty, but they'll be a little bit simpler. So this will be great for you guys that prefer to recreate simpler spreads. But enjoy the setup for my sister, and my setup will be up soon. So subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss it. Okay, so for January, I've gone for this confetti theme. And I started by sketching the area where I want the confetti to fall down. And I'm just writing a simple January title on the right side of the page, and I'm mapping out where I want the quote to go on the left. The quote I've gone for this month is "Throw kindness around like confetti," and I think it's just such a cute quote. It's definitely the perfect quote for this theme, and it's just a reminder that it's important to always be kind. I went for this theme because after the year that was 2020, the year that will not be spoken about, we all need to celebrate the fact that we have come over the other side, we have made it. 2021 is about to be an amazing year. I went for this blue color palette for the confetti itself because it kind of gives me a winter snowflakes kind of vibe, and I love that color scheme for January. So tell me in the comments, what is your January theme and why have you gone for it? For the confetti itself, I'm mostly using my cheap brush pen set, and I'm using a light blue and a dark blue, and then I'm using my grey Tombow pen as a bit of a filler, and I've also got some gold in there. Drawing the confetti is actually very simple. It really is just scribbles, and I've got them going kind of randomly. I've got like these M shapes, this swirly kind of scribbles, and I've got different sizes as well, just to fill up the space basically. I've also added dashes, I've added dots in the different colours, and yeah, that's really it for the confetti. I've added some dots and some circles with the gold pen, and then finally I'm using this watercolour paint set, and there's this metallic shiny watercolour. I've got this water-filled brush, and I'm just using this to add some more shiny gold, just to make it pop a little bit more. For your confetti, you can leave it at any stage, but I like the full kind of look for it. And I'm just adding a little bit of a text effect with the confetti I wrote for the quote page. I added a darker blue towards the top of the text and a tiny hint of gold. I also added a drop shadow to finish things off, and that's my cover page, guys. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Next, for my monthly spread, I've gone for a simple calendar layout, and this layout is great because you can see the whole month at a glance. Each box is 6 dots by 6, and it will give my sister plenty of room to write any plans she needs to for the month. And I used a light grey for the boxes, and I'm doing a simple blue header for the weekdays. At the top, I've got January written in my natural cursive, and it's the exact same kind of vibe from the cover page. And I'm just writing the days in the top right of each box. On the bottom left of the page, I'm adding this simple confetti doodle, and it's the same kind of vibe as the cover page, so just some curly scribbles, some dashes, some dots, basically just filling it up a little bit. Not trying to do too much, but trying to do enough. And also, I don't always use the thick side of the brush pen, so the brush pen has a fine liner side, and I use that for some of the smaller swirls and some of the smaller doodles. And that's it for the monthly spread. Next, we've got the habit tracker. And if you're familiar with my normal spreads, you might recognize this layout. It's just a simple layout for recording 6 habits. And I'm using my trusty stamps to help me out. I got these from Amazon, and honestly, they're such a lifesaver to not have to write each of the days out every month. As I'm stamping though, I realized that I've made a mistake. If the stamp doesn't have a flat surface to go down on, it can end up looking patchy like the top right stamp. And to fix that, it's very simple. You just need to put something like a book underneath so that it brings it to a more even height. And I'm just using my Archer and Olive notepad. Now the rest stamped perfectly. And on the other side of the spread, I will have her gratitude log. So the thing about the bullet journaling system is that it's completely unique to everyone. So it's up to you which spreads you want to include in your own journal. My sister has no needs for some of the spreads I love the most in my bullet journal, such as my mood tracker, so I haven't included that for her. And I talked to her before I made this whole setup to make sure I was including spreads that was specific to her so that she would have the best use for her bullet journal. I'm just finishing the spread with some confetti falling from the top, and we're done. Next, we've got her goals spread. So along with the yearly goals section that I did at the start of her journal, she wants to do monthly goals to help keep her in check. This is her simple goal spread, and I'm mirroring the exact same spread I did at the start of the book, with 4 square sections for each goal to go in. And I've just put them in these grey squares, and I've left them blank so she can put headers or write in them as she wants. I'm doing a simple goals title at the top in brush lettering, and recently I've received a lot of comments from you guys saying that you want me to do a calligraphy kind of video. So if you're interested in that, give this video a thumbs up and I'll take that as a yes. I'm finishing this double page spread with these lines with confetti coming off the ends. She also wanted 1 blank page each month to write whatever she wants, so that's the purpose of the right part of the spread, but I just thought I'd decorate it a little bit. Now to finish her setup, I've got the weekly spreads. So I've just gone for this square layout with blue circles for the numbers for each day. I'm doing the simple January title I've had all month, and I'm doing each weekday in this spaced out font. I think it's so cool for this theme. I added a note section to the top left box, and of course I had to add some confetti details as well. I lined up each section with a grey line, and that's the basic weekly spread. So I'm going to do the exact same weekly setup for the rest of the spreads. And if you're familiar with my setups, I usually change up the weekly spreads each week. But for 2020, my sister used the Amanda Rachley Doodle Planner, hence why she wanted me to make her this whole personalised bullet journal in the first place. And while the Doodle Planner worked very well, she found that some of the spreads were a little bit redundant for her. And the great thing about this is now I can also include more relevant spreads for her. But she loved this weekly layout and is happy to have that exact same layout every single week. So I'm doing the exact same weekly spreads for her. And just finishing off these weeklies with a little bit of detail for the confetti, and that concludes this setup. So here's a final flip through of this confetti theme. I hope you appreciate the simplicity of some of these spreads, and if you find inspiration from this theme, feel free to recreate. Just please tag me on Instagram at temi.journals so that I can see your spreads. Take a look at the video where I did the beginning spreads, and thank you so much for watching this one. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one. Goodbye.